Reassembly of the QuikSpray guts.
And you can come up about a foot or two.
Serial number is right here.
Yeah, let me show you where.
You know how they start tacking up after about 10 minutes? They really made some serious advances.
What kind of shingles he's putting down out there?
You know, it doesn't matter. We can do all of them. We even have ICO now. We haven't had ICO. But
Serial number
as a salesman,
right here. So serial number here, serial number here, match them up. The long ones go in the top.
But I push Camco because my homeowners never complain. $10, or 10 square job is $50. You know, 20 square. Then you start getting into hundreds and hundreds of
See where those 2 big gallons went off? I'm gonna get these snug but not tight until I get the bottom ones put in.
I have.
you know, water. It's weird because you don't swing the table.
So everything's snug and not tight.
Well, if it's that one, you wouldn't add me anyway. It's not adding.
Well, I don't actually
Now we're gonna tighten them.
You can help them out with it. Form to start. I'm not going to get too far. All they're going to start. You don't need to help you out starting to 10 minutes and do it all the time. You know, you call whenever you have a number for whatever.
Hey, get on Facebook. Drop me a line.
You ain't got one in your truck?
I just brought one with me.
Yeah, I need something to remind me to get to them that for Christmas.
Oh, I've got more goodies. I've got more goodies. That's the assembly. It's a 6-inch long assembly shaft that helps you put your spacers in. Assembly shaft in the guts. And depending on the pump you have, it's either going to have a skinny one on first or a steely. And this pump came with a steely. So we're going to put it back together like that. We're going to put a fat one on the top. This assembly shaft holds all these together. And you're going to feel on the inside where these 2 bolts are. And you're going to feel that it stop in front of them. So push it through it. So now everything, you can look down in here in the top. And you see how it's kind of in a line? You can pull her back a little. Move it around with your finger. And now you're in a line.
try using a saw, move them around. Need,
Any grease?
I was using oil.
Oil will work. The same thing's going to happen on the bottom as far as alignment of the two spacers. You put your finger up in there. Out comes your assembly shaft. You know everything's in a line. The shaft slides right through the guts. Give it a little persuasion. And there you have it. Guts in the pump. So now we can check the spacing. That's really close. We can raise it up. You see the distance in the top, how you can still see a little bit of shaft?
Yep.
I think we pull that steely out. Put that in there. So out it comes again.
Eighth or so.
Yeah. See the difference in the shims? See how, right now, how tight it's fitting on the top of the housing? That's what we want. You can hit that point, push it through it. Always leave a little bit of gap right up there. And now that the guts have been properly shimmed, these are not touching, and it runs smooth. You don't hear any grinding. Nice. So now we can go ahead and get the center bolt tight. The reason you leave a little gap up here is so you can see the flat.
Oh, to tighten back up here.
So to tighten it back up with the Allen wrench. So the flat is pointing straight back. You can move this. Just a little. And now the center shaft bolt and this flat are lined up. You tighten the center shaft bolt, and then you can tighten these two retaining Allens, and then the guts are back in. Chain back on, you find your connecting link, which looks just like this. Take it apart, put it on something flat.
You didn't say anything about a connecting link, Tom.
And carefully remove the connecting link.
Out of all the things you showed me, that's the one that makes me the most upset.
Yeah.
What do they say about lead a horse to water?
Yeah. You gotta lead them to the water. It's like Ray Charles.
So to put it on easier, I always roll it up, put it in my hand. You grab a tooth, and then you're gonna roll the chain on. I'm gonna put some oil on this first though. So before we put the chain on, we're gonna put the gearbox back on the pump. We put the bolts in from the outside in. Down. 2 lock washers. You always put the top ones on first, so it just hangs on to the gearbox, allowing you to put the bottom ones on easier.
Wanted to do that, but we still have some other, we've got other workers up there that are working on stuff. Plumbing. And, no, what we'll do is, we're finishing the picture, so we will install that for now.
Alright, here's the third one. Lock washer nut.
That's what you wanted to see was.
Yeah, I was gonna say a brush would probably work good.
This is the tricky one. Move the gearbox all the way forward.
Aren't you losing weight with that jacket on, Emma?
I should be. You know what? I am so used to the heat, extreme heat, that this cool wagon, it's cold, man.
This is cold.
Man, this is nothing.
Get them snug so it still moves forward and backwards, and then we'll put the chain on. I gotta get a towel because I can't grab a hold of anything.
I'm trying to find something that I can put on and see, that's why I was thinking about that. That could be all layers on.
Yeah, I was looking at the wrong town, Tom.
Oh, no, I'm all the way north in Ohio, right, southern border, Lake Erie.
What is it called again? Porter?
Port Clinton.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm halfway between Cleveland and Toledo. Hey, you come up and see us and do a pump demo, and you go fishing, go over to Put-in Bay. Maybe a little Kelly's action.
Put-in Bay? You had me at Put-in. I love Put-in Bay. I haven't been there since college.
It hurts, that's probably why.
I know it does.
So when you're training, you're gonna put us up and feed us all day long, breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Sure.
Why'd you buy a pump?
Yeah. Everything's negotiable.
I think Chris is going to buy it. He just load it right in the blue dot.
Alright, so it's still loose enough. You can move it forward and backwards for the chain adjustment. So what we're going to do now, we got the chain lubed, put in a circle, hook it on the big sprocket. You can see why I put it in a circle, it makes it real easy. You roll that around. You grab the other end of the chain, like so. Put your connecting link in. Go ahead and pull this back. It makes it tight, like that. You can finish the assembly of your connecting link. Incredibly slippery hands. Yeah, I won't be able to put that on the way I am. Maybe we should have lubed the chain after we put it on. What is that, compressor oil? Yeah. Keep it work. Yeah.
From here.
From here, it's 5 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're doing it with the time change. You're losing an hour in the time change.
Right.
Make sure the chain's tight. Go ahead and tighten the gearbox down. See how tight the chain is? You give it a 2-finger test. You should just be able to wiggle the chain. If the chain's any looser than this, you either need to take a link out of the chain or pull the gearbox back.
That's one thing about this, one thing I don't like about this. It's properly. Oh, yeah. Yup.
Anywhere.
Yeah, we're gonna move it up here in a second.
You gonna work on the inside now today?
The drive sprocket is about 1/8 of an inch lower than here. So what we're gonna do is loosen these set screws. We're gonna push the drive sprocket up, make sure the chain runs in line.
Oh, we didn't have.
Bolt, lock washer, retaining washer, spacing washer. Sometimes you'll have 2 spacing washers. And find the hole. Tighten up. Right there. Finish tightening this. Now the washer, just in case the set screw becomes loose, just in case this set screw right here becomes loose, this washer and bolt, this retaining washer is really important. That way your drive gear just can't fall off. There you have it.
Beautiful. Need some air. Check it out.
Yep, put some air on it. Chain straight, chain tight. There you go. Might as well leave it running, we'll put the hose in it. Let me go to my truck and look one more time, see if I can find the silicone. Pump, wipe it thoroughly down with silicone. There's 2 guide bearings inside the pump. The hose must go between the 2 guide bearings. If you do this or this, it'll pop a hole in your hose or break your finger bearing. So be very careful. 2-man job. One person line it up, the other person operate the pump. You got it from there? When it reaches this point, stop. Put the retaining bolt and washer on here, and then the installation process is complete. Washer, lock washer, nut. Then go ahead and run it.
Check the proper installation. Everything runs well. Good installation.
Part of the installation process is putting the pump line coupling back on the pump line. You want to check to make sure you don't have any cement on it, like this and this. That'll keep you from putting the coupling in. So take a hammer and go ahead and chip that off, or some sandpaper. Be careful not to damage the coupling, but remove the material. It's pretty smooth. Another secret. Go ahead and start the pump line coupling like that. You got this ball right here on your knee. Fits perfectly inside that coupling. And push it on with your knee. Now you install the retaining strap and U-bolt. Like that. Like that. The U-bolt that goes around the hole, around the hose, does not need lock washers. These are 1/2-inch nuts.
You gonna put it in the clip? Yeah.
The strap receives a locking washer and a nut.
This is Brent's. We brought it to when we did the class. But I have the electric version of the QuikSpray in it.
You got a 110 or a 220?
110. That's my part.
And for the sake of not having another lock washer, this one's just going to have to be.
Brent brought it down.
Touchy-feely.
It is touchy-feely, a little too much. Kid.
I tried on you.
You tried on me.
Oh, just wait.
Tight.
So did you drive there for me?
Oh,
How'd you get that from down here?
Brent brought it down from.
He had a job in
It's
Northern.
been here.
Yeah, he had a job in Northern.
In Wisconsin, and he brought it down
Brent will sell
a
it?
couple weeks ago.
Just bought it.
Well, a year ago.
There's one right there for sale.
How much? You get one used, it's cheaper.
You gotta talk to Tom.
Thomas, you got any used ones?
No. No, I very rarely sell used pumps. The last part of the assembly process is to put the protection plate back on to keep hands and limbs and other whatnot from inside the pump. So please put this back on your pump.
I hope so.
Oh, dude. Hey, man, you know, it's all good in the hood down here, man, so you know.
slurry, mixed it up in the mixer, put it in the hopper of the pump. This will eliminate any segregation or dry packing down the line for the initial mix. We're going to pump all this slurry down until it's out of the hopper. We're going to put the real mix right behind it. We're going to pump it down the line. As soon as the slurry is out of the line, we're going to start spraying. I don't think it cares. By the time he gets down there, it's going to be too late to dial it back. Hey, did they put a ball in here? Texture gun? Actually, this one's a fireproofing gun because it's got a rubber cap. The rubber cap goes on like so, and you can pop it off in case you get a plug or you need to clean it. These change the different sizes of the spray pattern. There's about 4 sizes of these.
So if you're shooting, you know, a mix like this, and you know you're screening it, or say you're not screening it, and that thing keeps flying off because it's getting plugged with a rock or something, would something like one of these other...
Yeah, the head, the texture gun that we make is this gun, but it has this head on it. If you do have lumps and stuff like that, that's made to blow off so you don't end up getting a plug.
Right.
If that's blowing off, it's probably more than likely whatever the plug was.
But something like that would be
this
better.
This will not blow off. It'll give you a better spray pattern. This is in case you know you're working in, like, especially the fireproofing industry.
Yeah.
Where if they do get a plug or something like that, they can just rip it off real quick.
Okay, I got you.
Pop it out, slap it back on.
Isn't the benefit of it blowing off also safe too, because you don't create back pressure on
You
your
don't
pipe?
create back pressure, and you might not develop a problem up here in the pumping system or in your material lines. Faster to clean. So if you get a plug up in here, a little bit more difficult. You're probably going to be taking the gun off and banging the gun
I
out.
got you.
But this gives you a prettier finish.
Which we
This-
don't care
yeah.
about because it's getting...
You're gonna trowel and texture it anyway.
Right.
Hey guys.
Good to know.
And then inside this gun, we have what we call a plunger, airstream plunger. And right here, this little hole, these can be interchanged between about 4 or 5 different sizes to give you different air
Put
atomization.
this gas fitting on up there.
This plunger goes in and out
Our problem is we need 2 PSI.
to develop your spray pattern.